What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So if you guys saw my most recent video of the 435, we took off the front lip. This is actually the same day. Like I mentioned in that video, we're going to be installing the stage 2 mods today. So as you can see, I already have the car on some ramps. Decided to do it that way. I just feel a little more secure than jack stands. But we are going to get to installing some of these mods. I should clarify, I said stage 2 mods. It's not all stage 2 mods. So what I'm going to be installing is an upgraded aluminum charge pipe, which you guys can see the plastic one right there. And then I'm also going to be installing an upgraded front mount intercooler. Whereas I'm sure you guys know for stage 2, you also need a downpipe. I will be doing that eventually, but I kind of want to break it up a little bit. Since the charge pipe and the intercooler make most sense to do together, I figured that's what I would do. I'd save the downpipe for another day. I'm not going to be upgrading to a stage 2 tune for a little while. I actually want to really enjoy stage 1. I feel like I haven't really gotten the chance to enjoy it yet because I've had this plastic charge pipe and I've been so paranoid about it bursting, so I haven't really been pushing the car. But once I upgrade this charge pipe to my VRSF aluminum charge pipe, I'll feel a lot better about pushing the car. Again, I'm going to be doing the intercooler because it makes most sense. The charge pipe connects down to the intercooler. Basically, to replace the charge pipe, you need to drop the intercooler. So it kind of makes sense that instead of just putting back the original one, I put back the upgraded one. Like I said, later on, we'll put the downpipe, and then even after that, we'll upgrade to a stage 2 tune. All right, so now here are the mods. So like I was saying, guys, we have an aluminum charge pipe over here. You can see where the sensor goes, where the vacuum hose goes. That's the main piece. And then this is a coupler with some clamps to basically put these two pieces together. But if you guys do want this, or even the intercooler, which I'll show you guys in a second, I will leave some links down in the description below. I did get them from Mashimarho, so if you guys want to use my promo code, you'll get an additional 5% off. So it will apply to these things. So if you guys want them, definitely go check out the link and use my promo code AMAN at checkout. But anyways, that's the charge pipe really quickly. Let me show you guys the intercooler. So this, of course, is just a normal front mount intercooler. Again, the charge pipe will be connecting directly into this thing here. Once I take out the old one, I'll show you guys a comparison of the new and the old. It's a huge difference, but for now, this is it. Not really much to talk about. Now, I will say, guys, this is not going to be a detailed DIY. This is actually the first time that I'm doing it, so there's going to be a lot of trial and error for me. There's a whole bunch of great videos out there showing you exactly how to do this process. Again, I'm no mechanic, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try to install it myself. What I will do, guys, is kind of take you along with me on the process. I'll give you any advice that I kind of come across, maybe issues that I have, or things that I think work a little better, so it can help you guys when you're installing yours. But this is definitely not a detailed DIY. So yeah, with that out of the way, now we can really start installing this stuff. All right, so to install this stuff, honestly, guys, I'm expecting it to take a few hours, especially being it's my first time doing it. I don't have a proper lift, and again, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just some guy who likes to work on his own cars because he likes to save money. But anyways, I'll show you guys high level what we need to do. So to start off, we're going to be taking off the charge pipe, but to get to my charge pipe, I'm actually going to remove this strut bar here, because to take off the charge pipe, I'm going to try to maybe take it off from the top here. So this is obviously going to get in the way. So rather than taking off my strut bar from over here, I'm just going to disconnect the connections over here on both sides and then take it off that way and get it out of the way. Once we do that, you guys can see, I don't know how clearly you can see, but that's the charge pipe right there, connects to the throttle body. So it's being held on by a C clamp right there. Hopefully you guys can see it, but that's it right there. It also has the T-map sensor right over here connected to it, and then it should also have one vacuum hose right there, if you guys can see that. So those are basically like the 3 connections. Oh, and then also it's connected by a rubber grommet somewhere down here, but that should just be a matter of like pulling it out, so I'm not too worried about that connection. So that's how we're going to disconnect the charge pipe from the top, and then from the bottom, we're going to have to drop the front mount intercooler. So like I said, guys, I put it on ramps because I just feel a little more safe doing that. So we have to remove this under panel over here, which is connected by a whole bunch of, I believe it's 8mm bolts. I think there's like 22 or 23 of them. There's a lot of them. So I'm going to go all across the bottom of the car and remove that. Once we do that, we'll expose the intercooler over here. It's going to be connected to the charge pipe on this side, and then it's going to be connected to, I think it's an inlet pipe. I don't really know for sure on that side there. We're going to disconnect both sides, drop the whole front mount intercooler, and then also take out the charge pipe, of course. By the way, guys, if you're watching this and you see this front lip in the background, I actually just removed this thing. If you guys don't normally watch my channel and you just kind of happen to find this video, that's what this is. I did it in my last one. It basically got destroyed. Anyways, just if you're wondering why that's in the background there. So yeah, guys, with that said, I'm going to set you up on a tripod. I think the first thing I'm going to do is try to remove the under panel over here, get started working on the bottom. Alright guys, so we're going to pause for a quick update. If you guys can see down there, I got that under panel off. There's a whole bunch of clips. I will say, guys, if you're gonna be doing this, definitely try to have like some type of drill. Just doing this with like a normal ratchet, that's gonna take forever. So this definitely helped a lot. But since that thing is now down, what I'm gonna do next, if I can get underneath here and show you guys, I'm going to try to disconnect the intercooler over here. So this side is the inlet, the inlet pipe. I don't know, someone can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong on that. And this side, which is like the driver's side, if you guys can see that C-clamp, that's the actual charge pipe. So I'm gonna be disconnecting the C-clamp on this side as well as the other side there. And then I'm going to be undoing the Torx screw right over there. I don't know if it's focusing on, it's pretty rusted, so it's hard to see. I'm gonna be doing it on that side, and then this side here, which is also pretty freaking rusted. And then I think at that point we should be good to drop the intercooler. All right, guys, so sorry I couldn't film that part, but let me show you what I did. Well, actually, before I even jump in there, I will say, if you guys are doing this, one, try to have some gloves and like pair of glasses or something to kind of protect your eyes, because getting underneath there and, you know, working on the car like that, a whole bunch of dirt falls down. But anyways, try to also have like a set of 2 flathead screwdrivers, because when taking out these C-clamps, I was trying with this one, which is larger, of course. I was trying to get it out, and every time I popped out like the left side, the right side would pop back in, and vice versa. So having one screwdriver, putting it into one side, holding it there, and then getting the other screwdriver and then taking it out, I found that helps a lot. So just a few tips if you guys are doing this yourself. Definitely try to have 2 flathead screwdrivers. Anyways, let me put this on the side so they don't keep on rolling. And now, if you guys can see, I popped out the C-clamp like that. You want to make sure that like, it kind of looks almost like a U. It's that part right there. You want to make sure that part is fully out, because if it is, that means that it's undone. And if it's not, it's still going to kind of hold on. So just make sure that part's all the way out. So this is the charge pipe side. I also did it on the other side. I'm not going to bother showing you guys that. But yeah, so it's super easy. Like I was saying, just get a flathead, get underneath there, and try to like pry up. If it's giving you trouble, get that second one, put it on one side, and then do the other side. So yeah, now with that done, I'm going to get a Torx bit and undo this screw here. It's super rusted, so it's making me a little nervous. Hopefully I can still get it out, and hopefully it doesn't get like threaded or anything like that. So let me see if I can do that. I don't remember what size this is, so I'm gonna see if I can figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, so it's been a little bit, so I figured I'd update you. So I was able to drop down half of the intercooler, but for some reason, the side that it's connected to the charge pipe just refuses to come off. So I took off the C-clamp completely, I took off this clip completely, and it's still not coming off. So what I think I'm gonna do is switch to the top. As you guys can see, I took off this part of the strip bar, and I'm gonna start disconnecting the charge pipe from here. So hopefully by doing that, it'll help me remove the charge pipe from down here, because honestly guys, like, I tried everything and it's getting really frustrating, to be honest. So let me try doing this, and then we'll see how that goes. All right guys, another update. I am out of breath, but for the car, as you guys can tell over here, I did disconnect the charge pipe from the throttle body. I disconnected the hose over there, and I also disconnected the sensor as well, which you guys can see hanging over here. Should actually probably put that like off to the side somewhere. So yeah, after doing that, I was able to like tug on the charge pipe a little bit, and I think it loosened up the intercooler. Now that didn't take it off completely, but when I came back down here, guys, I was able to more easily remove the intercooler. I will say though, that was an absolute pain. I have no idea why this side was just like so stubborn and wouldn't come off. But yeah, anyways, now the charge pipe should be free, and we should be able to basically kind of pull it from the top. I've seen a whole bunch of videos. People do it from the top, people do it from the bottom. I've heard that the top is a little easier, so that's what we're gonna try to do. I also don't have too much space on the bottom. So with that said, I might get my brother to help me out on this. I'll probably go from the bottom, he'll go on top, and we'll see if we can get it out. All right, a few moments later, and we have the charge pipe out. As you guys can see, removing the engine cover did help a lot, by the way. It gave us a lot of space. As you guys can see here, here's the original charge pipe. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I might have messed up a little bit, and I broke where that like grommet goes when I was trying to take out the charge pipe. But I mean, really, does it really matter? Like, this thing's never gonna go back inside the car. Like, I see absolutely no reason. Even if I were to part out this car and sell it, I'm just gonna leave the aluminum charge pipe in there. But yeah, so since we have this one off, we can actually go ahead and start removing some of these gaskets. So the one on this side, and then the one on this side as well, and we can start transferring that to the new charge pipe. By the way guys, when I was taking off the charge pipe, I didn't even notice, but when I took off the vacuum hose, I just squeezed it normally and I tried to pull it off, and this whole thing came off. I didn't even realize this at first until I tried to connect it to the new charge pipe, and it just wasn't fitting. But yeah guys, this whole thing came off. So I don't know if it's because I pulled too hard. I doubt it. I think this thing was on its way out anyways. This tends to be a spot where the charge pipe will blow on a lot of people's cars, this and on the sensor as well. So my guess is this thing was on its way out, and then when I tried to pull off the hose or whatever you call it, the whole piece came off with it. So obviously it was super weak. So it's a good thing I replaced this charge pipe, because this one probably would have blown pretty soon. But yeah, oh, by the way guys, I realized I never showed you the difference between the old intercooler and the new one, but as you guys can see here, that's the original one, that's the new one. Quick like side by side. As you can tell, it's a massive upgrade. So yeah, just before I forget and install the new one, I just wanted to show you guys that really quickly. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's jump back into working on the car and see if we can make any more progress. By the way, I just wanted to apologize really quickly guys. I know I'm not doing the best of jobs recording all this, but it's really tough because sometimes I just get like really into it. It gets a little frustrating and it's hard to film. Also, I'll let the camera roll and I'll realize it's been like 15 minutes and I'm just like wasting memory for nothing, for me like doing like trial and error stuff and trying to get these things to work. But I'm doing my best to at least keep you guys updated and show you the progress as I go along, even if you don't actually see me doing it. So hopefully that in itself is helpful. Again, this wasn't meant to be a DIY video, just really you guys coming along with me for the journey. So hopefully you understand, and with that said, let's get back to it. All right guys, so it has now been an hour and a half, 2 hours since the last time I filmed. Been really bad about filming, but honestly this has been a frustrating job, and it's just a lot easier just to focus on working rather than filming. But regardless, so let me give you guys an update on what happened, maybe just some words of advice if you guys are doing this yourselves, and just overall my experience. I'm pretty much done at this point, so yeah, let me just show you guys. All right, so another update, hopefully the last update that I'll have to give you guys. If you guys can tell, the charge pipe is now in. If you guys can tell right there, nice and aluminum, super solid. And then I put the strut bar back on as well. I did have an issue with the intercooler, which I'm gonna have to resolve, guys. I did mount it. If you guys can, let me just show you really quickly. So here is the front mount intercooler, as you guys can tell. Now, when I was taking off one of the screws on the driver's side, so the side where it meets up with the charge pipe, the screw went and snapped on me, unfortunately. I think it was because it was so rusted. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I have to extract that screw somehow, and then you know, obviously replace it with a screw. I did mount it on for now. It is pretty in there. I have the other screw on, so I don't think it's gonna, you know, fall off by any chance. I think if anything, it's just gonna shake, which is still gonna suck, but it is what it is, guys. So I still have that under panel underneath there. I need to put that back on. That's the only thing that's really remaining other than that screw that broke. I might have to just take it to a shop to get that screw extracted. I tried myself, guys. I was having not really great luck, so I might just take it to a shop just to do that part. But otherwise, the charge pipe, the intercooler, those are both in, so that's good. So yeah, guys, I think I'm pretty much good. I did start up the car just to see if I have any check engine lights or anything like that. Nothing is showing up, so that's good. I also tried to like listen in, see if I can hear any hissing, to hear any like boost leak, and I think I'm all good there. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I'll put that under panel back on. That should be pretty easy. It's just a lot of screws. But anyways, that screw for the intercooler, I need to figure out. I might just take it to a shop just to have them do. I'll probably get like a replacement screw in the meantime, take it to a shop, just have them extract it. But I think in terms of this video, I'm probably just gonna end it here. It's been a long, pretty frustrating day. Overall, guys, it is not too bad of a job if you have the right tools, if you don't have a screw snap on you like I did. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'll do a full review of all this stuff later on, but like I said, it's getting late. I promised my wife I'd take her out, and I should probably, you know, wrap all this stuff up. So if you guys have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. I'll try to do my best to answer them. But with that said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.